Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about how the loot system actually works in Anthem, because I know a lot of people are asking this question. So I have done a lot of research, I've looked at streams, other uploads to YouTube, and it took me around about 5 hours to get all the research, but I've pretty much narrowed it down to the best bits and the most important bits. But guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, drop a like down below, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. We are really close to 10k subs, so if we could get that by the end of the month, I'd appreciate it a lot. And as always, let's jump straight into today's video. Right guys, I'm not going to lie, we have got a lot of information for today's video, so it could be over 10 minutes, so make sure you do stay tuned for all of this, because it is valuable information about Anthem's loot system and how it may in fact want you to buy the game, or it may put you off buying the game. So let's jump straight into the first point. Right, so we are going to talk about rarity, and what I mean by this is like Destiny's got its rare, its legendary and its exotic, that sort of thing, how it scales the value of weapons. So in Anthem it's got common, which is white weapons, uncommon, which is green, rare, which is blue, epic, which is purple, masterwork, which is orange, and legendary as yellow. So it's pretty much like Destiny. There are a few added tiers. You've got masterwork, epic is purple, which in Destiny is called a legendary. So that's how it's going to scale. Now, obviously, the higher tier you get, so your legendaries are going to be your best weapons in the game, which is like your exotic in Destiny. However, I think this is a good feature, and they have pretty much took it from other games, but it's a feature that everyone seems to know. It's really easy, it's not complicated, and it is one that will work for most players, even if you've never played a game like this before. So let me know what you guys think on that idea down below, but let's jump straight into the next point. Right guys, so it looks like Anthem's copied how loot works in other games, but it's took like the best features and swapped the bad ones for even better ones. So the one we're going to be talking about now is when you can actually unlock these weapons. Now they have announced that you can unlock these at any pilot level, which means you pretty much can get them on day one. It's totally random, apparently it is going to be RNG. However, the higher activity, the higher drop rate, which is good. But obviously, like in Destiny, your exotics, you've got to do quite a bit before you can actually obtain them. But for this, it seems like you can get them at the start of the game, which is a good feature in my opinion. Now this point is a short one, however it could be helpful to a lot of players on day one. They have announced that the best way to get new weapons and the better weapons is going to be in strongholds. They have announced that there is higher loot chance in strongholds. So guys, if you are grinding for them higher tier weapons, make sure you are playing strongholds, because they do have the best chance of dropping them. Right guys, so the next point we're going to be talking about is how many can we equip. Now in most games you're only allowed to equip one of the max tier weapons. So for Destiny you've got your exotics, you can have one exotic armor piece and one exotic weapon. However, I think Anthem's looked at this and thought, well, you shouldn't really be able to do that, you should be able to try out all the weapons. So I'm shocked to say it, but you can actually have all legendary armor, all legendary weapons if you do want. Now obviously you can mix and match with masterworks, anything like that. Now in my opinion, this is probably the best feature Anthem have actually brought to the loot system, because in Destiny at the minute, only having one exotic is really annoying, especially for PvE. You're going to want to have more, and I'm glad they've actually done this, but let me know what you guys think on this down in the comment section. I'm sure a lot of you will agree that this is a good feature, however some of you out there may believe this is a bad feature and it could be game breaking if there are a few weapons that are pretty good. Now the next point we're going to talk about is abilities. Now what I mean by abilities is basically perks from Destiny. So a lot of people are asking, is there going to be perks on certain weapons and certain armor? And the answer to that is yes. There's going to be quite a few, and it is going to be random rolls just like Destiny. So pretty much the abilities are perks from Destiny. They can upgrade your weapons. It basically just adapts that weapon and armor to your playstyle, how you play. We're not sure on the perks exactly, but there are going to be quite a few apparently. And they're all going to be adding more weapons and stuff like that into the game. As you can tell from the gameplay in the background, I have got some footage of some weapons, his flamethrowers, stuff like that. So hopefully you guys are interested in that. Now these abilities are actually going to be random rolled, so what this means is if you've got a certain weapon and you get a few perks that you don't like, don't worry, because they're not set rolls. You can get that weapon again and actually get different rolls. Now I'm not sure whether this applies to blueprints yet, we haven't been confirmed, but basically blueprints are like weapons that you can craft over and over again. So the higher scale you are, you can craft that weapon again and it will go up to your scale. But guys, hopefully you do enjoy this feature. I know this is pretty good. I like random rolls, however a lot of people don't, but let me know what your opinion is on random rolls for the abilities on armour and weapons. This leads us on to the next point. How many abilities can we have on each weapon and armour piece? Now they have announced this, guys. I did a lot of research on actually finding this, but it goes like this. Common, you get 0, uncommon, you get 1, rare 2, epic 3, masterwork 4 and legendary 5. So you can actually get 5 abilities on your armour and weapons if you have got legendary. Now for me, it seems like they've added a lot more than they should have. I mean, 5 on 1 legendary. Say if you've got all armour and all weapons, you're going to have a lot of abilities that you can change. However, it could be a good thing also because you can change playstyle to different things. So they have done well, however I just believe there's too many at the minute and it could be a bit game breaking having that many abilities. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section on that, because it is one that I really want to know your opinion on. Right guys, so leading on to blueprints, we are going to be talking about them now. Earlier on I did say we're not sure whether you can get blueprints to re-roll your abilities. However, I did do a little bit more research and I have found out that you actually can. Now if you guys don't know what a blueprint is, it's basically a thing that we'll be able to obtain, which will be able to craft weapons. So it's basically just like a little map that you can craft weapons over and over again with. But you can get re-rolled abilities. So say if you've got a legendary weapon as a blueprint and you got bad abilities on it the first time, don't worry, because you can do it again to get better rolls. Now this is a good feature because a lot of people hate random rolls, so it does give you that option to just keep crafting and grinding for them materials to actually get your god roll. However, a lot of people will disagree with this because they do like the grind to actually find that god roll, and that's what keeps them playing. But let me know what your opinion is on that. Now we have got other points on blueprints also, so we have got one here. Blueprint scales to your level, so if you had a level 1 weapon at level 7, you can recraft that weapon to become level 7. So this is a really good feature because obviously it keeps you ranking up constantly pretty much. And it is a really good idea because if you have a weapon that you like at level 1 and you've got to wait till you unlock that weapon at level 7 or find that weapon again, it can be quite frustrating, but if you've got the blueprint you can just recraft that to your higher level. The next thing we're going to talk about is contracts. Now contracts are pretty much exotic quests in Destiny, or quests in general for weapons. They're going to be little mini missions and you've got to try and achieve them to actually get that weapon. But they have announced that contracts for weapons. Now they did also announce that they are even for legendary weapons, so you can get legendary contracts. So guys, if your RNG is shit like mine, you will be allowed to do activities around the map to actually get weapons and even legendary weapons, which is a good feature in my opinion. However, the only downfall for this is how many weapons are actually in the game. Now I'm not sure that they have announced this yet, but obviously if it's easy to get legendaries, then there's got to be a lot of legendaries to obtain. However, if there isn't, then the game could be struggling early on and there might not be a really good end game if this is the case. Right guys, so the final point we're going to make in today's video is gear score. If you guys don't know what gear score is, it's actually going to be like how we rank up. It's going to be what it is. So in Destiny it's pretty much power. In other games you've just got like your standard level, but that is what it's going to be, and it will be called gear score in Anthem. Now we have got tips on how to actually rank up and what the stats are. So obviously it said you can get better weapons in strongholds, so that is going to be an effective way to actually get ranked up quick. But all items have score, which increases total gear score, like power in Destiny. The power that we do have from each weapon and rarity, so common is 18, uncommon is 22, rare is 32, epic is 36, masterwork is 40. Now they didn't actually show a legendary, however legendary is either going to be 44 or 50, we're not sure yet. But obviously the gear score is a big factor in the game, simply because gear score equals higher missions, therefore higher loot. So the higher you are, the better weapons you are going to be obtaining. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully this did give you an insight on how the loot will actually work in Anthem. Like I said at the start, it did take me a while to make this video, so a like and a sub is appreciated a lot. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.